I think it's fair to say he's the most read living mythologist in Hollywood and across the media landscape. So why continue the bio after that? Thank you, Chris, for joining us.
Well, thank you very much, Will, and thank you, Dana. In this kind of an event, I realized this is what the hero's journey was really made for. Who knew that this hero's journey theory that I had played around with all my life would suddenly not be a metaphor anymore? It's not a metaphor. It's literal life and death. To go to the grocery store. The curve of the hero's journey describes two big phases and maybe more. And I think we're going to see that with the virus. If you can face that and survive, it will transform you. That's sort of the promise of the hero's journey. The ordinary world. Everybody sort of knows what the deal is. Life has gone on for a while. Maybe there are polarities and frictions within a person or a society in this current situation. That's the rapidly disappearing past. The old way, a call to adventure is issued, and obviously we've all had an enormous global call to adventure. I feel sometimes that the orbit of the Earth is passing through a cloud, and it's a cloud of question marks. Is it going to change my life or the way we conduct our civilization? They maybe have gotten to the next stage, which is typically refusal of the call, where you say, nothing doing, I resist that, I don't want anything to do with it. People denying it, dragging their feet about doing something, meeting with the mentor, searching and scratching around for the best mentors. And there was quite a flurry I observed in the early days of this pandemic of getting information. It all sounded good, and then you found out 2 days later, that's dead wrong. To cross the great threshold. It's a new world. So at some point, I think all of us accepted it and said, this is going to be a big change in a long run. It's quite a leap to cross the threshold. It's a big chasm. And in movies, it's often represented by literally crossing a river or swinging across some canyon. Or now you're in this new world, making allies, making friends, connecting with people, which we're all doing, which is fantastic. And also lots of tests. What can I influence? Not much, but I can influence my desktop, my kitchen, the story I'm working on, the song I'm writing, then intend for the good vibrations and the good work of that to go out, just a social good. Approaching that big peak, and it's all the things you do to prepare for that. It's a time when the scales fall from your eyes. All of a sudden, you're not what I thought you were, and I'm not what I thought I was. And that's one of the silver linings, finding out stuff you didn't know about yourself. Death and rebirth, and every decent story has got an acting out of that ancient scene. Because you were willing to face your greatest fears, the hero is transformed. You celebrate that. And it can be a time of self-evaluation where you have deep realizations. A lot of movies will use the imagery of light. Love scenes often happen here, but it's dangerous. Don't get too happy if the numbers fall off because there's more story yet to come. Getting ready to return to normal life. Everything picks up speed. You have chase scenes, so it might be a recurrence of the virus. That's one possible scenario here. And that we have to hurry to avoid a disaster. It's purifying, a catharsis, a sacrifice, it's a showdown, and it's the climax of the whole tale. Every experience the hero has had on the journey comes into play. You've overcome all that, you've faced death twice, and you came through transformed. An elixir is a word from Arabic. It can heal all wounds and cure all diseases. So there is my quick spin around the hero's journey wheel.